Hi everyone, Kevin Williams from the Shore Sports Network, and I am sitting today with a guy familiar to a lot of our viewers, Mike Gesicki, former Southern Regional High School standout, seems funny saying that now, Penn State University, and of course getting set for his third season with the NFL's Miami Dolphins. But we are shooting this here for a couple of reasons. You know, people say to me, what could you possibly have in common with Mike Gesicki? There are two things, the love of Penn State and we both drive vehicles from Causeway, and I know your family's been part of the Causeway family for many years.
Yeah, absolutely. Causeway has done a lot for not only myself and my family. They've been buying cars here forever, and I'm very happy to be part of the Causeway family as well.
So when you're here, when you're not in South Florida, you're driving the vehicle,
Exactly,
right?
exactly. It's definitely not a bad deal.
All right, what's also not a bad deal is what's going to be happening here Sunday at Causeway on Route 72 in Manahawkin. It's their Summer and Winter Carnival. It's just a wonderful thing. Of course, Sunday you say, well, car dealers are closed on Sunday.
Right.
It is closed.
Yeah.
It's an event for nonprofits. 30 nonprofits from around the area will be here. There's all kinds of games going on, and people are going to have a great time. But you're going to be involved in that because you're going to be here for a couple hours signing autographs and doing that kind of stuff,
right?
Right?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, coming back to my hometown and, being able to go to an event and, just kind of interact with, the people from, Manahawkin, from everywhere, from around this town. And I think it's going to be awesome just to, interact, say hello, meet some people and just have an overall, exciting, fun day.
You'll be here from 1:30 to 3:30 on Sunday. What they're doing is they're going to ask for a $10 donation every time you sign an autographed photo. And then what's pretty cool, towards the end of the day, they're actually going to take all those donations, put it in, I'll call it a barrel for lack of purpose, and one of them, all those donations are going to go one of the nonprofits here on Sunday. So you're basically doing that to help the nonprofit world, which is significant here in the Ocean County area.
Oh, absolutely. And, like I said, I think it's going to be a great event, and obviously to be able to, help out, one of those nonprofits and, for it all to be for a good cause and to interact with the community, it's going to be a great day.
All right, so we might ask the question, here's a guy who plays in South Florida, and for our fans, we all kind of watch the Super Bowl, and South Florida is a pretty cool place to be, but you spend a good portion of your off-season back here.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that, South Jersey, Manahawkin, everything that has to do with New Jersey has kind of, made me who I am today. My family's up here, all my friends are up here, my girlfriend's up here. I mean, everybody that, is close to me is still up here in New Jersey. So, anytime that I can, shoot back up here and, see everybody that's, helped, make me who I am today. It's always fun to come back up, so it's great.
No stranger at Southern. I saw you at a basketball game a little while ago. You're trying to get over there, right?
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. I made it to a game, so that was cool, to get out there. They got a new head coach out there, Coach Pamp, who was the assistant when I was there. So just trying to support, the program and always try to, stay a part of that.
All right, so I would ask here, as we're in the early part of February, what's the rest of Mike Gesicki's off-season like?
Yeah, so I kind of took January, it's a long season, so it took January to kind of heal up and get the body back rolling this way. Started back up right after the Monday after the Super Bowl, just kind of got rolling. Started training again, kind of getting back into it. So this way, when OTAs come back around in like late April and then the late spring, be ready to roll and get ready to start up year 3.
All right, so rookie year, numbers-wise, probably a little bit of a disappointment for you. 22 catches, no touchdowns, and then last year, about halfway through the season, it just clicks.
Yeah, absolutely.
5 touchdowns in the last 6 games of the season. We'll talk about that special one to a lot of people in the last week. But what happened? Was it a familiarity with Ryan Fitzpatrick, the system? What took off that allowed you the last half of last year to be the kind of receiving tight end we expect to see?
Ultimately, I think that a lot of it just kind of building over time. Obviously, my rookie year, I was kind of learning on the fly. Kind of trying to get acclimated. And then, ultimately, things kind of never really fell into place that year. But I think that that's part of the journey. And then, my second year, we get Fitz back in the lineup. And when you get out there playing with him, he's just going to give anybody and everybody a chance to go out and make a play. And that second half of the season, he gave me a lot of opportunity, which I'm super appreciative of. And my biggest thing is whenever you have the opportunity to go out and make a play, you got to make the most of it. And so I was able to do so.
Speaking of the play, to everyone in the NFL except New England Patriot fans, you're their main man because last game of the season in Foxborough, they need a win to get a bye in the opening round playoffs, and they assumed, where they'll be in their game again. And what happens 24 seconds left, you catch a 5-yard touchdown pass that pretty much sort of dooms their playoff run. How good did that feel?
That was, I mean, the whole experience was great. The game, it was exciting, throughout the entire course of the game. And then, we're down 4 with, just about 2 minutes to go, and we kind of put together, a long drive. And we get down there with just under 30 seconds, and, we call a play that, we've repped all year in practice. I've never gotten the ball on it, but, I just got to stay ready. Like I said, when your opportunity comes, you got to make the most of it. And that was definitely an exciting one. And like you said, as long as you weren't in the state of Massachusetts, everybody was a Dolphins fan that day.
For you, there was a lot of talk last year that Dolphins were going to roll over, all about getting the first draft pick to get to it. As a player, you guys don't roll over. I mean, that's, does that kind of bother you when you kind of heard all that talk?
I mean, it's the business that you're a part of now. Everybody kind of, has their opinion. Everybody wants to, put out articles and this and that, the other thing. But, ultimately, how hard we work, the time and the commitment and the effort that our coaching staff puts in. I think that once we kind of, started getting clicking that second half of the season, I think it was, obvious that, that was never even in anybody's mind. And, we were out there trying to win football games and have fun.
Coach Flores' first year, things came together, as you said. There's a little New Jersey connection there, right, with him. I mean, he knows the guys from Modern Day, and I think one of them was down there with you now. Lance Bennett, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
So he's got a little New Jersey in him. But what was your impression of the job he did in his first season?
Oh yeah, I mean, he was great. He kind of obviously came from the team that he was with before, and he was there for so long, and kind of coming from New England and then coming down to Miami, he did things his own way, and I think that a lot of people really respected the way that he approached every single day, and kind of got all the guys on the team to buy in, and ultimately I think that you kind of saw that start to happen towards the second half of the season. We started to have some success, and now it's you kind of have that bright future and something to look forward to right now in the offseason working for next year.
And you feel good about going into your third year?
Yeah, absolutely. Super excited. Really happy where I'm at in Miami. Love the guys there. Love the organization, the coaches, players, everybody involved. And I think that the future is going to be bright, and I think it's exciting.
Of course, I know you like Fitz and you have a great relationship. The irony of the whole thing is you guys may end up with Tua Tagliabue anyway, right?
I know. Yeah. So I mean, it'll be interesting to see how the whole draft kind of pans out. In terms of, we have, a bunch of, opportunity in free agency in the draft. So I think that, the roster will shake up a little bit. But, like I said, that's just, the nature of this business. So it will definitely be exciting. But, like you said, I do have a lot of fun out there playing with Fitz.
And, of course, being in the division you're in, you get to play the Jets twice a year, and one of that means is a trip to New Jersey. And I know when you came up here, there were a lot of people from Manahawkin who came to see you.
So actually, this year was ironic that we played the Giants and the Jets back-to-back weeks. So we're at MetLife, back-to-back weeks this year. So it was cool, just coming up back to New Jersey. So many family, friends, former coaches, teammates, whoever it is. We're able to make the trip and see them, and after the game, or during the game even, I'm on the sideline, you hear just random Mike, just people in the stands, just because it's close to home and everybody has that opportunity to come out to the game. So it was definitely fun, seeing everybody, and I really appreciate the support.
One of the things there's been a lot of talk about in the NFL is going to the 17-game schedule, right? So I want to ask a player your thoughts on that. Obviously, you'd want a little more money for your organization, but you know what the toll it takes on your body by the end of the year. Are you opposed to that?
I mean, if like they were gonna change something with the preseason, or in terms of shortening the training camp, something like that. But I mean, we're all out there. We all love playing the game of football and playing on Sundays. So whatever decision they end up making, it'll be interesting to kind of see how that pans out with the new CBA and everything coming out in the next couple of years.
A couple quick hitters. Was there a tight end, or is there a tight end that you have kind of modeled your game after, or when you were in high school or college, you kind of watched and envisioned that could be you one day?
It's tough to say you kind of model your game after, but a guy that's playing right now or that just finished up playing was Travis Kelce. Kind of the way that the way that he plays, the way he runs routes, how aggressive he plays, how he attacks the ball, making plays when the ball's in his hand. That's definitely a tight end in the NFL that you'd like to model your game after.
All right, so when you're in Miami, what do you miss most about the Jersey Shore, not counting your family and friends?
Yeah, I'll tell you that is an easy one, and that's in the middle of August when you got training camp out there and it's about 100 degrees and 100% humidity. You miss coming up here, and I mean it still gets hot here, it still gets humid, but nothing like it is down there. But then again, in December when it's snowing up here and we're playing games at 75 degrees there, you got to give and take.
Can you get good pizza in Miami?
Yeah, I mean there's definitely some good spots. There's some good Italian food spots. So I mean, but the pizza in New Jersey, as everybody knows, is top notch.
All right, and what beaches are better? Not counting South Beach, but Miami or Long Beach Island?
So I live in Fort Lauderdale, so I go to the beach there sometimes. But I mean, growing up in LBI, I have a ton of memories there with friends, family, all those memories growing up there. So I'm still an LBI guy. So.
If you're coming on Sunday to Causeway for that great carnival from 1:30 to 3:30, Mike will be here signing autographs. Just a $10 donation. You get to meet and greet a guy who, I argue with anyone, might be the greatest athlete to ever come out of the Shore Conference. We don't even get into his basketball and volleyball exploits. But what's the best thing about Mike is he has not changed one bit from his days in high school. Like he said, his family, his friends still are paramount. And the fact that he's given us some time today is further proof of that. So, Mike, always a pleasure.
Absolutely.
We are.
Yeah, Penn State. Thank you so much.
Thank you, everyone. Kevin Williams with Mike Gesicki for the Shore Sports Network.